Purvis of Purvis Earth Moving. And Big Rodney is coming! And pretty soon
What
you'll
is
see
that commercial all
what he-
about?
God only knows. Another Don Sparrow special.
Here, thanks.
In my opinion, Gary Cooper would make a terrific Starvation O'Flynn. Yeah, unfortunately, he's dead. Bit of a problem.
Why would anybody want to make a movie about Starvation O'Flynn?
Because it's a damn good story.
Rubbish.
It is.
I mean, in my opinion, Burt Lancaster would make a very good Starvation O'Flynn.
He used to be an acrobat.
We do Starvation O'Flynn.
Ah, Burt Lancaster.
Unfortunately, he's dead.
They will not make it.
I'll make it all right. Apparently they're talking about Sylvester Stallone.
Hayley, please, can I get a beer? Chris, will you sell me a beer?
Look, I'd like you to meet Jake and Rip Vaughan, the producers of the Starvation O'Flynn movie. Meet the coppers of Mount Thomas.
How do you do? Tom Croydon, PJ Hasher, the rest of you can introduce yourself.
Hello.
Hey, boys, two of the coldest. Thank you very much, and keep the change.
Really?
Yeah, it's for you.
So, you're the blokes creating all the excitement around town.
Oh, I like to think it's the story of O'Flynn that's responsible for any excitement. Really is a great yarn. I can't believe I'm in the hotel he laid siege to. It's fantastic.
Yeah, what's fantastic is his pub is fully booked for 7 weeks.
One of the many benefits a project like ours can bring to a small town. I don't mean to be rude. Chris, can you show me your parlour again?
Sure.
And excuse me too. Hi, Rip Vaughan. How are you?
Hi.
I noticed over there's something about you. I think it's your eyes. They're quite remarkable. Have you ever acted before?
Oh, only in court.
No, I haven't.
Stallone. They're talking about some bloke called Steve McQueen.
Well, now, Steve McQueen would make a fantastic Starvation O'Flynn, wouldn't he, Merv? But unfortunately,
He's
Will
dead.
somebody please sell me a beer?
Good morning, Detective. Still in a grump, are we?
All I wanted was a drink and some intelligent conversation.
Oh, please.
Oh, get out of it. All they could talk about was that dippy film.
No, they didn't at all.
Hang on, there is something about you, Dawn.
Oh, what?
You have the most remarkable eyes.
I see. You know, jealousy in grown men is quite pathetic.
Yeah? What's that?
It couldn't be a bulldozer, could it?
The noise.
Hi, I'm Keith Purvis. Let me move the earth for you.
Okay. You feeling okay?
Big Rodney has arrived, all ready from a new commercial, shooting tomorrow. My director, the auteur, is inside, asking for details.
That traffic permit is a matter of some importance.
is it, mate? Is it?
Ah, here's a real filmmaker, mate. I saw your stars outside. Stunning.
Yeah, mate. Why do you always use Walsing until they're in your commercials? Can't you afford the copyright?
I've never had a complaint from a client.
Well, you're going to dip out with your traffic permit because I don't want to give it to you.
But the bulldozer, going to the streets, gives it more action.
Sounds like a cock and
Well,
bulldozer
there's
story
gonna
to
be
me,
plenty of
mate.
action when they make that movie around here. Like men under 30 who are only half ugly and can string more than 2 words together.
Come on.
Come on, perfect example.
Get stuff.
Get stuffed. You're just digging a hole for yourself, baby, you know that.
Kinley, don't expect that film to be made. Not with those two sleazers making it.
Oh, it takes one to know one.
Doyle, you may have remarkable eyes, but my detective antennae are bristling.
Detective antennae.
Highest level of a copper's instinct.
PJ, Mrs. Burrell from Landing Homestead just reported 2 antique candlesticks missing. Noticed them gone after a visit from these film people.
Ah, Rip and Jake Vaughan,
Yeah, you want to check it out?
No, not yet, but I'll keep an eye on it.
Well, I'll go out there for you if you like, boss.
Good on you, McKinley, but don't put yourself out. Mrs. Burrell's coming in to make a statement. You can take it when she gets here.
Hey, Max. Do you know, I really hope they base that film on the Mary Moynihan diaries. It should be so romantic. Who's Mary Moynihan? She's a property owner's daughter. She was the great love of Starvation O'Flynn's life. They were supposed to get together, but she never went. She ended up a nun. How do you know all of this? It was my Year 8 assignment. It was the only time I ever got full marks in school.
No male police officer?
Oh, I'm afraid not.
Oh, never mind.
Now, the candlesticks.
Yes, well, they've been in the family since the gold rush days. Now, they were part of a set that was stolen by the bushranger O'Flynn.
Now, he also stole a silver drinking flask and a bottle of brandy, didn't he?
You know the story?
Starvation's right of Rampage. He was looking for Mary Moynihan. Comes from McKinley's, quite the authority on local history, Mrs. Burrell.
Oh, it is refreshing to see some of our younger folk taking an interest in their district's more colourful history. Now, the Vaughan boys were terribly keen on the homestead as well. They were taking photographs and asking questions.
So it was after their visit that you noticed the candlesticks had gone missing?
This morning. They were there the day before last. Oh, charming boys. One of them even made mention of my eyes.
Mrs. Burrell, have you noticed any other unusual activity around the homestead at all?
No. Oh, well, but I did see some strange little holes when I was taking our dog for a walk. Oh, but that was probably just the grandchildren playing.
Has anyone else been around there at all?
Oh, that wretched Purvis man and his odd friend Mr. Sparrow were hopping about. Mr. Purvis has just purchased a neighbouring property, unfortunately. Vulgar little man, isn't he?
Come on, Sergeant, it's not that much to ask.
Are you still here, Keith? Well, you're wasting your time, mate. You're not going to get that traffic permit.
Yes, Mrs. Bell.
First Wellman's Farming Road closes early. You're not going to pick up Big Rodney myself. And then Don Sparrow leaves me to deal with this bloody Nazi.
Okay. PJ, that's Mrs. Bell from Lightning Strike Property. She's had an old figurine stolen.
Right, ask her if the Vaughans have been out there recently, mate.
Keith, I'm going to do you a favour.
Going to give me the permit?
Mate, I'm going to ask you to walk out of the station before I drop kick you through the front window.
Oh, great. Okay. You know my taxes pay your wages.
Yeah, no wonder I'm wearing last year's undies. Yeah?
Thank you. PJ, they were out there the day before yesterday.
All right, get McKinley and Doyle to pick them up. Maybe the boys can put us in the picture, eh?
Come on, girls.
Mr.
Yes,
Vaughan,
that's
really,
very
because
nice.
I'd really rather you didn't.
Just one of your eyes.
Which one?
That's very funny.
Mr. Vaughan, where's your brother?
With Chris.
I'll get him.
Now, you know, Maggie, you know, your eyes are like globes of openness.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, come on. He was just a common thief.
He'd seen a lot of oppression by the authorities. He stood up to fight for a better life.
What, by robbing people?
Starvation only robbed rich people's banks. He had some idea of civic duty.
Ah. Swapping bushranger stories, are we?
G'day, Dash. My granddad used to tell the most awful yarns about Starvation O'Flynn taking over the pub. You know, some blokes would do anything for a free beer.
No, but Starvation wasn't just after a drink. He was in search of love. He just wanted some supplies to take out to the hills while he waited for Mary Moynihan to join him.
So, it was a love story.
You don't like love stories?
Only when they have happy endings.
Yeah, they're a bit thin on the ground, aren't they?
Sorry, Dash, you're a bit early for the lunches, aren't you?
Jake, do you know what they're doing here?
Mr. Vaughan, we simply would like you and your cousin to come to the station and answer a few simple questions.
They're accusing us of being thieves.
No, Mr. Vaughan, we simply
How
want
dare you?
Happy to help. We've invested a lot of time and money in this project. We don't want any ill feeling.
Okay.
Well, I'm not getting in a police car. Where's the runner? Glenn? Glenn?
Sorry, Mr. Vaughan. I was just checking the car.
Oh, come on, I don't believe it. Yes, I understand.
Boss.
Inspector
I'm
Falcon
not
Price.
Mr. Vaughan, Mr. Vaughan, this is Senior Detective Hashem.
Hi, BJ, isn't it?
It's, PJ.
Senior Detective Ashton would be fine. How are you?
Good, good. You?
Yes, well, as a matter of
Good.
fact, they are.
Come on through.
Yep, sure. PJ,
I got it.
For me, is it?
Yes, for you.
Oh, thank you. Excuse me. Hello? Hello? Yes. Rusty, mate. How are you? Oh, that'd be good. No, very helpful. Yes, thanks. All right. Well, you have a chat to what's his name. Okay. Cheers. Bye, Rusty. Thanks, mate.
You know Inspector Falcon Price, do
Oh,
you?
yeah. Must be 10 years.
11.
11 years, yeah. We were working on a cop show pilot.
Street beat.
Yeah. Rusty was coordinating some traffic for us. He was only a senior constable back then.
He's come a long way.
Oh, yeah, he certainly has.
Good. Okay, just go on through.
Yep.
You heard. Go easy.
There you go, Mr.
Thank
Vaughan.
you.
Fantastic. Now, would you mind telling us what you were doing at the Bell and Burrell properties?
Well, are you charging us with something?
Mr. Vaughan, if you were suspected of any wrongdoing, we would interview you separately. You're just helping us with our inquiries, as your mate, Inspector Rusty Falcon Price, would tell you.
Location surveys.
And what's a location survey?
Well, that's where we survey the locations.
Why those properties?
Starvation's right of rampage.
What?
After O'Flynn knocked over the Bendigo Land Bank, he went searching for Mary Moynihan. Those two properties were on the right.
Did you know there's even a theory that he buried the booty somewhere on his right? Are you going to put that in the film?
Constable.
Well, it was £5,000 back then. Do you know it would be heaps
Constable,
now?
zip it.
Heaps.
Thank you.
Is there any point to this?
Yes, there is, sir. Local residents have had some property stolen. Now, I know it doesn't mean much to you, but it means a lot to them. So I'm concerned.
Detective, I can assure you we have neither the time nor inclination to steal. We've got to take photographs of the geographical lie of the land, check available facilities, that sort of thing.
Well, would you have any of these location survey photos?
Well, I don't think you've got any right to even ask. Hang on a sec. Hello? Yes, terrific.
Happy to show you any photos when they're developed.
Thank you very much. How long are you staying?
Today, tomorrow, then back to Melbourne for meetings.
That is fantastic. Okay, then. Yep, cheers. Bye.
Good news?
Well, it's all right. TH is looking good.
Oh, just another television project. That's why we've got to get back to Melbourne.
PJ, the boss would like to see you in his office if you're finished in here.
Thank you, Constable. All right, gentlemen, that's about it. Thank you very much for your time. If you wouldn't mind waiting outside. Boss, I reckon these guys are sus. We should keep an eye on them.
Mate, you and Rusty want the same thing.
Inspector Falcon Price has strongly encouraged me to assign a police liaison to them. He wants to make their stay as pleasant and productive as possible.
Which means you're going to have to give them someone who's bright enough to keep an eye on them, but give them a hand a bit.
We'll give them Doyle.
Hey.
Senior Constable Doyle seems perfect.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
No. Constable McKinley's up to speed on the O'Flynn story. Boss, she's got local knowledge.
Yes,
she's got a
all
great
right,
person.
all right. That seems fine to me.
Yeah, she seems fine.
Good. Dash. I'll just get you to check out this paperwork before you... Now, when you go with these boys, you suss them out, okay? Check out everything they do, okay?
Yeah.
McKinley, remember, you're a police officer. You're not Julia Roberts. Uh-huh.
Detective Hasham always like that?
Like what?
Expecting people up to something illegal.
Well, he's a detective. It's what he gets paid for.
I wouldn't cast JJ as a detective.
No, it's PJ.
PJ, DJ, OJ, whatever. He doesn't look like a detective. Doesn't wear a suit, doesn't wear a tie. All detectives wear suits. Kojak, Columbo, guys in homicide with the hats. All suits.
Well, he's actually very good. Has he got you worried?
Only criminal activity we're interested in is Starvation O'Flynn's. Now, this property we're going to, Monahan Farm. Very important location.
Yeah, well, that's where Starvation's right ends.
You seem to know a lot about the story, Dash.
Oh, yeah, I love it, especially the Mary Moynihan version.
You read The Diarist?
Absolutely. Have you read the poem at the end? The Man Who Never Was? It's fantastic.
Glenn, give her a copy of the script.
Ah, thank you. Now, in the script, have you got about the treasure? Because the diary has it burying him somewhere.
It's more of a love story, with a bit of action.
Yeah, but haven't you ever wondered if you buried it out here?
You know, something about you. Something quite remarkable. It's your eyes. Very brown, like Easter egg chocolate. Have you ever acted before?
What the hell are they doing out here with that bulldozer?
Oh, that's just Mr. Purvis. He's shooting a television commercial for dam building.
Dam building?
Mr. Purvis, this is Mr. Jake Vaughan and his cousin Rip.
The movie men.
You're making an ad?
A commercial, yep.
You'll be digging today?
Not today, rehearsing today. Tomorrow's when all the action is. That's when Big Rodney does his stuff.
So you got Twiggy into Star?
Oh, no, that's Ed. He's our truckie. He drove Big Rodney out here for me.
You see, Mr. Purvis calls his bulldozer Big Rodney.
No expense spared. We got a team of marching girls from St David's and a whole brass band from Widgery. Bigger than Ben-Hur.
Get off! This is our location!
Mr. Sparrow, just settle down. I'm assisting the Vaughans with their location.
Yes, I know the Vaughans. They needn't think they can poach any of my business.
Why would we want to?
Because you're a parasitical bludger, that's why.
Don, take it easy. They're not competition, they're just movie men.
Mind you, if we were to make it out, we'd do it for half the price.
Really?
Keith, don't listen to them.
Just an observation.
Stick your observations up your bum.
Hi, I'm Keith Purvis of Purvis Earth Movie and Big Rodney is coming!
Why are these cowboys being shown special treatment?
Hang on, Don.
I'll stick your hang-ons up your bum. You won't give us a traffic permit. You got young McKinley here chauffeuring the Vaughans around.
Nobody was being given special treatment, mate.
These shonks are just trying to take over my operation.
Look, Ron, I can
Don!
assure you that we're...
The name is Don Sparrow, and I won't let you bastards do me over again.
Oh, big bad Don.
You see? I told you he was weird.
No, he's not weird. He's just Don Sparrow.
There you go. Oh, Chris!
Oh, Chrissy, where are you off to tonight?
What?
You look great.
Oh, thank you.
Love your mate.
Mm.
Hey, Chris, listen, tonight on your day, just watch yourself and your property.
What?
Well, there's just been a few thefts from properties
So?
during location surveys.
When I want your advice, PJ, I'll ask for it. Now, you have a good night, because I'm going to.
The Vaughans? What have you got on the Vaughans?
Yeah, check out Rip.
Oh, he's lost his licence. Oh, gee, was a long way over. But DUI doesn't mean that he's a thief.
I know.
I know. You've got that detective antennae thing happening.
Hey, PJ, we got another theft.
Keith, my bloody bulldozer's been stolen.
Right, so Keith, you definitely had the dozer on the low load, all right?
Yes, like I told you. Last night, Ed secured the load, and we all went into town for a drink. I mean, it was safe. It should have been.
So when did you notice it was gone, Keith?
When I arrived this morning, 6 o'clock.
All right, so what did you do then?
Then I grabbed Ed from the Imperial and we got you two, and you keep asking the same questions.
Pete, it's fine, just calm down.
Calm down. Do you realise how much that thing cost me? Over $300,000? Oh, God, it's not even insured yet. I'm a ruined man.
No, look, it's going to be fine, okay?
I'll kill whoever did this.
Listen, we'll find Big Rodney. I mean, mate, it's a bloody bulldozer. We'll find it. Now, Constable Doyle here's going to have a chat to you, okay? Right there. And I'm going to have a word to, Ed.
Who would steal a bulldozer?
Well, I think Ed Barnes is out of the picture. Now, Ed was pretty blotto at the pub, right? So Rip took his keys, gave them to Haley, so he wouldn't drive anywhere.
Decent of him. Oh, we've had some good news on the thefts from the homesteads. Benny Danders found a figurine matching the one stolen from the Bell property on his doorstep. Cooper's getting fingerprints now.
Well, maybe the bulldozer will turn up on Benny's doorstep as well.
Is that the best you can do?
Well, Nick's out of the Purvis property. He's with crime scene.
Strike a light. Nick and Keith together.
Well, whoever did this knew what they were doing. Ed was pretty impressed.
Well, lifting a bulldozer would require very particular skills.
Ed said that Rip knew a lot about trucks. Now, doesn't it strike you as odd that someone like Rip would drink with Ed Barnes?
Yeah.
Tom Croydon, I want a word. I want a word. Tom Croydon?
Yeah, I heard you, Don. You want a word. What is it?
I want to know if you're going to interrogate the Vaughans.
The Victoria Police never interrogate anybody. Why would the police want to talk to the Vaughans?
Oh, come on, can't you see? Stealing the bulldozer puts my piece back.
Sorry?
My piece. My project. The commercial for Keith Purvis. The Vaughans were oiling Keith up. They've destroyed my crew.
Don,
Glenn Cumming and Rowan Juma have crewed every commercial I've done in Mount Thomas. The Vaughans waltz in, poach Glenn from me. They'll be after Rowan next. What more proof do you need? They've stolen the dozer.
Don, that is not proof. That's just allegations. I mean, why would filmmakers steal a bulldozer?
I'm a filmmaker. I've got an award.
That was a certificate of thanks from the Chamber of Commerce for that ghastly ad you did for the Kiddies Club.
It's still an award. The Vaughans aren't filmmakers, bumholes. I saw this stuff at a regional advertising conference at Bendigo last year. It was crap, even worse than mine.
Don, have you got any proof that they're shonks?
Have you ever seen any of their work?
Don, just calm yourself down and let us get on with our job. Now, if we get any news, we'll call you.
Just make sure that you do.
Poor sod. You shouldn't be too hard to find a bulldozer.
Hopefully. Sick and tired of the film business, McKinley.
No, Rip just gave me and Glenn the day off. They had some paperwork to catch up on.
We're still staying at the Nuggets Crossing Motel?
Yeah.
So Rip gave you the day off. You don't work for Rip, you work for the Victoria Police. And you are late.
I'm sorry, boss. I had to scoot down to the library to get a copy of the diaries. We're comparing it with the film script for Fighting Over
Yeah, all
Flint.
right, just get on with your real job and think yourself lucky you're not on paper.
Righto, thanks for that.
Good news?
Well, Jake didn't come back to the motel last night, so unless he and Chris had a really long night, I think we've got a suspect.
Mount Thomas 250 on local and Mount Thomas station with a sit rep.
Go ahead, Nick.
Just for your info, crime scene, we've got nothing new to report. ETA 30 minutes. I'm just tying up a few loose ends.
Roger that.
Fantastic. No, well, he's leaving in April, so he should be available, and I wouldn't imagine we'd have to pay too much for him.
Hey, what are you doing?
Hey, hang on a sec. Oh.
Location survey.
With a shovel?
Well, mate, when you got to go, you got to go. I don't see any public toilets out here.
Well, don't worry, mate. I know where there's a nice toilet you can use.
You're accusing us of stealing a bulldozer.
Not yet.
What are you going to charge us with theft?
Can you tell us what you were doing on Mr. Purvis's property this morning?
Location survey.
Oh, because Constable McKinley was told that you'd be catching up on paperwork.
Oh, we had to go out again because Ripper overexposed the photographs.
So that includes the photos from the Bell and Burrell properties?
Unfortunately, yes.
I was having a chat to Ed Barnes, right? And he said to me that you know a lot about trucks, and until recently you had an HA licence. Now,
yes.
Can you drive a semi pulling a low loader?
Well, theoretically I can, but I lost my licence for drink driving. That's why I took Ed Barnes' keys away from him when I thought he had too much. Because losing your livelihood just isn't fun.
Don Sparrow seems to think that you're trying to move in on his operation.
Look, you know, we're dealing with a big-budget feature film. Why would it be bothered with chicken feed advertising?
Where were you last night?
As I told you, I left the Imperial at closing. I walked back to the motel. Couldn't find my keys and I had to get the caretaker to let me in.
So you lost your keys?
No, I didn't lose my keys. I misplaced them on a temporary basis.
All right, where was your cousin?
Mr. Vaughan, will you please just answer the question?
I really don't know if it's any of your business.
I feel your
Thanks
fists.
very much for your assistance.
Will you be returning to do your location survey?
If you are, you'd better take Constable McKinley with you. She's the...
Actually, I'll have to spend the rest of the day on the phones at the motel, so thanks, but no thanks.
Well, don't go far. We'll be in touch. Have a good day.
Just in case you want to go to the dunny again, mate, you know, better...
Thank you.
That's all right.
PJ got the fingerprints back from the figurine.
Good on you, Cobb. How you going?
All right?
Yeah. Good. So, mate, the script, what's it like?
Sensational. We've got Chinese miners who are handy with the old kung fu, and Lola Montez is subsidising your pension by doing strip shows for the squatters. They love it at Rotary. It'd go down well with them meeting through there.
Oh, thank you very much. What have you got?
Nothing, but I think they're up to something.
Mate, if they're mates of Rusty's, they should be allowed to get up to what they want.
Well, they had alibis. They were just waiting for us to ask them.
Well, Jake wasn't too keen to tell me where he was last night.
Well, it's all very nice, but we've yet to even find a trace of this dozer. Doyle, Cooper, get back out there, do the round, see if there's anything new.
Okay, I'll get PJ onto it,
I haven't
please.
been feeling
PJ?
myself lately.
PJ?
Yep.
That was Chris. She's reporting a theft from the Imperial.
It was just a landscape by a local that I bought a few years ago. Can't even be worth that much.
When was the last time you saw it?
Before you went on your date with Jake Vaughan?
No, after.
Well, Chrissy, Keith Purvis had his bulldozer knocked off.
Gee, now that's odd, because Jake drove me out to dinner in a bulldozer. Said it was all the rage in the big city. I mean, honestly, PJ, if Jake Vaughan's your major suspect, you've got Buckley's.
Well, why is that?
Because I spent the whole night with him. It's not what you
Chrissy,
think.
I am shocked.
He's not my type. He's a dreamer, but he spent the whole night talking about his film. He wants to do a story of love, poetry and sacrifice. Rip wants to do blood and action. I just humoured him. If a sleepless night means the pub gets fully booked, so be it. I'll get your lunches.
Wait, did the Vaughans go anywhere else yesterday?
No, Glenn drove us here, then back to Keith's and into town.
Glenn?
Glenn Cumming, Don Sparrow's ex-driver.
Ah, so there was somebody else out there. Come on. Yeah? Glenn Cumming?
No, actually, this is Rowan Duma.
I was asleep.
At this hour?
Oh, we had the mother-in-law elbow benders down at the Imperial last night. Got smashed.
Is Glenn about? We need to speak to him.
Yeah, he's come in. He's he's in the business. Just come through. Yeah, that's him.
PJ, the stuff on the desk. It's from the burglaries. Here you go.
Some red cordial or something with a bit of paracetamol in it might buck me up a bit.
Glenn, mate, you have a very distinctive left thumbprint.
I took a chunk out of it when I was little. Just breaking up Dad's home brew bottles.
Constable, can you enlarge these with the prints we found on the figurine? Thanks very much.
Look, I don't know where the stuff came from. I reckon you guys have set me up.
Glenn, why'd you take a job with the Vaughans?
Look, why would I have wanted you to fingerprint me if I had have stolen it?
Why did you take a job with the Vaughans?
Like to get paid for a change?
It wasn't just so you could case a joint and knock off a couple of little trinkets?
No way.
Who did you drink with last night?
Mr. Vaughan, Eddie Barnes.
Rowan?
No, not really. He's been dark on me since I got my new job, so he wanted it as well.
Right, okay. And Rowan said to me that you liked antiques.
Look, that's crap. If I wanted to steal something, I'd take something useful, like a CD player or a stereo or a blender.
A blender?
Look, I didn't take this stuff.
Thank you. Mate, you shouldn't have broken your dad's beer bottles. Just charge Glenn Cumming for the thefts from the locations.
He didn't have anything to do with the bulldozer.
Says he doesn't. I don't know. Reckon the Vaughan brothers are up to something.
Yeah, well, don't forget they're thick as thieves with Falcon Prize. Look, if we don't find this flaming bulldozer soon, we're going to be the laughing stock of the district.
Well, look on the bright side. No bulldozer, no Big Rodney ads.
Not too bright for Keith Purvis. He's in hock to the tune of over 300 grand for this new venture. If he loses that, he's ruined.
Well, Doyle and Cooper out there checking, see what they come up with.
Oh, boss, we checked every possible place to take a bulldozer in Mount Thomas and nothing.
Well, we're just going to have to wait and see if Airwing comes up with anything tomorrow. Listen, do you reckon this Cumming kid was lying about being mixed up in this?
Well, why on earth would he steal a bulldozer?
What about Don Sparrow?
Well, he needs the money. Business has been falling off a lot lately. He's looking after a sick wife, but he wouldn't do it to Keith.
He has been using all the same locations as the Vaughans, and he's definitely got a grudge against them. Maybe he's trying to frame the Vaughans with the thefts using Glennon as accomplice. He's had plenty of opportunities, always around Big Rodney.
Oh, I think your antenna's out of whack, Doyle.
Actually, I saw Don talking to Glenn in a corner of the pub, right? Now, when Rip asked Glenn what he'd been doing, he lied. He said he was checking the car.
Look, this doesn't sound very convincing to me.
No, I'm convinced of one thing.
What?
This script is crap.
Bloody
He's a
awful,
Yank.
isn't it?
He's a Yank. He was a colonel in the Confederate Army from old Alabama.
Do you know, they should have just stuck to these diaries. Hey, no, if you want to read
I do not want to hear any more about this bloody film. I want to find the bulldozer.
Well, what's not in here? Not there.
For that, you are buying me dinner at the Imperial. Now, we'll wait and see what Airwing comes up with. In the meantime, we'll keep an eye on the Vaughans and Don. And come on, Buffett, I'm starving.
Hey, have a look at this film script.
Go for it, mate. Just wash your hands after you've read it, though.
Will indeed.
Come on, I'll do you! I'll do you!
Don't put your head in with
Just put him! Just put him! Use a
Shut up! What's going on?
Just having a drink with Rowan here.
I'm their new runner.
You bloody Judas!
Don, shut up. Chris?
Rowan, Rip and Jake were having a drink. Don came in and found out that Rowan was going to work for these blokes and he got a bit upset.
Well, what do you expect? I told you they took Glenn. Now they got Rowan.
Look, you've got no bulldozer. You can't make the ad. The kid's picking up a day's work and he's got some useful experience for a change.
I'll make that commercial. Bulldozer or no bulldozer. I'll show you.
Don, go home. I don't want you running around the joint like a rabid squirrel. You're lucky I don't charge you with assault. How much has he had to drink?
Nothing. I was just getting his... Oh, thank you. His takeaway order. There you go.
Just 2 stubbies of light beer. A treat for my wife. She likes a shandy of a night.
And he was 10 cents short.
Don, don't worry about it. It's fine. Go home.
I'll show you.
Don, go.
The man's unhinged. Should do something about him.
I've never had any trouble with Don until you blokes showed up. If you want police assistance in this town, my advice to you would be to finish your drinks and go back to your motel and stay there. Or are you going to give me problems?
Who bloody right there's a problem?
All right, just calm down there, Keith.
What's going on?
You've got a problem.
Where's Don Sparrow?
Thank you very much. Why ask me?
Because there's a mob of marching girls and half the Widgery band wandering all over my property and there's no Don Sparrow.
What are you on about, Keith? Really,
He phones me last night and says he's arranged for the marching girls and the town band to turn up at Sparrowford at my place this morning to make the commercial.
He hasn't got the bulldozer.
He says he's arranged for an understudy. For a bulldozer.
Well, we saw him at the pub last night, mate. You tried there?
Yeah, as soon as everybody turned up. His wife says he hasn't been home all night.
Yeah, all right, come on, you better come on in. Nick, ring his wife again and check, will you? So, where do you reckon Don was ringing you from last night?
I don't know. Sounded like a call box.
What time was this?
About 8:30.
Well, it couldn't have been that long after we sent him home from the pub. How did he sound?
Like he was mad, out of his tree.
Boss, I've just been on the phone with Mrs. Sparrow. She hasn't seen Don since yesterday morning. She's a bit upset. He's never left her alone for so long before.
Woman's been sick for years. Poor old Don. What a life.
Should we be worried about this bloke?
Yeah, maybe we should. Ring St David's, get him to send a van to check him. So he's still battling for money, eh?
Everything he earns goes on her. He ain't got 2 sacks to rub together.
Nick, Get onto the Vaughns, see if they know anything. While you're there, check with Chris and that Rowan bloke.
Did you see Don Sparrow again after you left here last night?
Yeah, he came back about 10 minutes later. I thought he was looking for the Vaughns, but he just wanted to borrow some money.
How much?
$2 worth of 20-cent pieces. He just wanted to make some phone calls. I gave it to him.
Strange guy, but I hope he's all right.
Yeah, I hope so. So you're planning to go back to Melbourne today, sir?
That's right.
Well, would you mind sticking around just for a bit longer until the situation becomes a bit clearer?
Look,
I'm sure your friend, Inspector Falcon Price, would agree with me there, sir.
Oh,
Are you doing it? It's evidence. Are you okay?
It's okay.
PJ, there's some film journalist on the line, some Margaret, someone she wants to speak to you.
I'll take it in here.
You know, I was thinking about you last night.
Really?
Yeah, you know how I quoted that poem? Well, actually, misquoted
a woman.
the poem. What?
It's a picture by a woman who never really was.
Yeah, that's right.
Where did this come from?
From the Imperial. Are you all right, Mr. Vaughan?
Yeah, fine. See you later, Dash.
See ya.
Well, maybe Don's done a runner.
Come on, PJ. How far is he going to run with $2 worth of 20-cent pieces in his pocket?
That would even get to the Buster Widgery.
Maybe he took Rowan Doomer with him as well. There's no sign of him at the house.
You know, it's possible that Don couldn't go through with the charade of shooting his commercial today. Maybe he thought that he was in competition with the Vaughns and he just couldn't win.
But we know he made 3 phone calls last night to the band, the marching girls and Keith. Clearly he was planning to go ahead.
Well, Keith did say that Don was pretty desperate and his home life doesn't sound the best at the moment. And you saw him at the pub last night, didn't you?
Well, what, do you think he might have tried to top himself or something?
Your old mate, Mrs. Ferris, is on the line again, and I think she's been on the Terps. She said there's a vehicle somewhere in Wellman's Farm Road that's been sounding its horn in Morse code for most of the night, and she saw all these mysterious lights there.
Well, there you go. That explains the mystery. Don Sparrow's been abducted by aliens.
They wouldn't have him, mate. They'd throw him back.
It could have been torchlight, you know.
Someone casing the joint.
Well, Wellman's has got heavy agricultural equipment, hasn't it? Did you check there?
No, I told her not to, because Wellman's has been closed.
Well done, well done. Get out there and have a look now.
Give us a hand.
Yeah.
You right there, mate?
Who did this to you, mate?
It was that little bastard.
Rowan Doomer. I'd like you to come to the police station with me. I was trying to get to work. I didn't want to be late.
Listen to me. We have a statement from Don Sparrow, okay? Now, he says that you thumped him, you tied him up, and you threw him in the bulldozer.
It's alleged that you assaulted somebody and then forcibly imprisoned them. Now, if you're found guilty of that, you're looking at jail.
That's serious jail time, Rowan. Do you want to cooperate?
He hit me first.
Who?
Don Sparrow. If he hit me first, it's not assault, is it?
Well, if he hit you first, you must have fronted him with something. So, what was it about?
Me initiative?
You what?
I was using me initiative. Rip Vaughan likes that.
I bet he does.
Jake was upset because they had to go back to Melbourne today and they wanted to survey Keith's property. And then Sparrow's dad stuffed him up and Don, well, he saw the bulldozer there and went feral. So I tapped him.
Did the Vaughns get you to tap him?
Nah, I just thought they might. Give me a job.
Glenn's job, right?
You set up your mate, didn't you?
He took me job with the Vaughns. It was my ticket out of here. So I followed them and I knocked over the places they'd been and blamed it on Glenn.
What about the fingerprints on the figurine?
I smeared it with his print when he was sleeping it off and I left it on Benny Dander's doorstep.
There are easier ways to get out of Mount Thomas. And what about the bulldozer?
It's Keith's all right. The papers check out and he won't shut up about it.
All right, get on to those film people. It's time we had a little chat.
I spoke to Des Wellman too. He's cut his holiday short and he confirmed that Don Sparrow rang him up last night and asked him if he could find another bulldozer to use in his ad.
So that's why I was at Wellman's?
They want their bulldozer back.
Oh, CI and fingerprints are finished with it, haven't they?
Well, you're not going to let them take it, are you?
We can't very well put it in the cage, can we? All right, Keith, you can take your dozer and go, and you should go home and rest, Don.
I'm fine. Just a bit of cramp from the Morse code I was trying to tap out. Must be a bit rusty.
So Mrs. Ferris has been on the terps again?
Yeah, what about your wife, Don? She must be a bit worried about you.
She'll be right. Her sister's with her now. She understands I have a shoot. So if we leave now, we might be able to catch a few of the marching girls.
He admits to everything except the bulldozer.
Well, give him time. Boss, the Vaughans weren't at the motel. They got Towie waiting for Owen, so they just borrowed the receptionist's car.
They've got to be guilty of something. Blokes like that have to be.
Detective, I think you need to adjust your antennae.
Oh, they're not heading back to Melbourne, are
Well,
they?
apparently they told Adam that they were needing to do a survey.
Oh. Well, no, but there's a link missing. What are the things that these crimes have in common?
Starvation O'Flynn.
McKinley.
No, all the places that were burgled were visited by Starvation O'Flynn. The Ballinborough properties, the Imperial, the Moynihan property, which is now run by Keith Purvis. Look, I'll show you. There's a map, right, of his right of rampage. See?
And?
The Vaughans followed the map. The only suspects with a connection to every crime are the Vaughans.
Go on.
See, I phoned Mrs. Bellwright and she said she found strange holes dug all around her property, just like Mrs. Burrell. And they wanted to dig out on the Purvis
Well, I
property.
stopped them.
All right, we'll get out to the Purvis place. Come on, Max.
This is what made Jake so excited.
That's painting.
No. Boss, can you just read the poem at the back of that diary?
Inside the frame lies the story. Inside the story lies the treasure of a life, though richly spent, without the pleasure of starvation. Sweet, sad starvation.
Painted by Mary O'Flynn. Mary Moynihan, she was the woman who never was. You see, she never married O'Flynn, so she never really was. And the painting tells the story of the poem. So the picture tells a story, and if you follow the story, which is what Jake did...
You see that it's the Purvis property. Why is this skeleton carrying a guitar?
It's not a guitar, it's a gourd. That's what Arabs carry water in.
Shut up.
She was dipping into the clag when she drew this painting, Mary Moynihan.
No, maybe that's a saddlebag. That's Starvation O'Flynn. That could be where he's buried the treasure, which is what the Vaughans are after.
Well, it's right by the house in this painting. That'd be the ruins are there now. This is the road that leads up past this rock formation, the new homestead.
Have a word, mate.
What the bloody hell? Mongrel, what are you doing?
Look, Ron, I'm just talking here, okay?
Well, how much cheaper do you think we could do it?
You bloody!
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Will you just come?
Kate! Out of the way, girls!
Kate, stop the dozer!
No!
Chief! Not my camera!
You really expected to find buried treasure?
I've been chasing O'Flynn's gold for a long time. Turns out to be dust. Must have been banknotes. Long since rotted.
Did you have any intention of actually making this film?
Well, Jake's been trying to make this epic for about 8 years, but everybody else knew the script was a shocker.
I thought if we found the gold, we'd get some seed money, some publicity, some investment interest. Look, if we've caused any trouble, I apologise. Sincerely.
Oh, you blokes are priceless, you know that?
We've done nothing wrong.
You stole a bulldozer. That's a serious offence.
Well, if you want to make allegations, you talk to our solicitors.
We didn't steal it. We were always going to give it back.
Thanks, Jake.
When?
We were. When we found the treasure. We couldn't let them build a dam on the most likely spot.
Let me get this straight. You You confiscated Ed Barnes' keys and pretended to leave them at the Imperial. Then you took the low loader with the bulldozer to Wellman's Farman Road, dumped the dozer, then drove the semi-trailer back to Keith's paddock.
That's right.
You bastard! Pipe down, Keith. What about the attack on Mr. Sparrow?
Yeah, explain that.
Had nothing to do with us. Oh, and Dilmore wanted to work with you so badly, he framed his best mate.
And Mr. Sparrow wanted to make his ad so badly that he started to get in the way. So Rowan thought that he'd get rid of him just for a couple of hours because he thought that you would appreciate his initiative.
Well, you know, that's got nothing to do with us, has it? Anyway, we're going to get back to Melbourne. Remember TH? It's a game show. It's been picked up by a network. It's called Treasure Hunt. It's funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Sit down. Sit down. There's still a little matter of the illegal use of a vehicle, namely one low loader which you are no longer licensed to drive, and theft of a bulldozer.
Rusty Falcon Price?
As approved of everything I'm about to say. Now, we can charge you in regard to the above matters, or you could show a little remorse and we could reach some sort of compromise.
Such a sad story.
Now you're sounding like Jake Vaughan. All bad poetry and sacrifice.
Poor old Jake. Still, it was good of him and Rip to make that ad for Keith and replace all of Don's camera gear. You know, I even heard that they got a solicitor for Rowan.
Yeah, well, it is amazing what people will do with just a little bit of encouragement.
John Wayne. Dad. James Mason.
Dead.
Tyrone Power.
Dead.
Brian Brown. He's Australian.
Oh, shut up.
Well, it doesn't look like the Mount Thomas has become the Hollywood of the Southern Hemisphere, eh?
It's a bit of a shame, you know. It was kind of fun after all, wasn't it?
But my antenna was right about the Vaughns. What?
There is something about you. You have the most remarkable eyes.
I do not want to hear any more about that bloody film. Actors, scripts, buried bushrangers' treasures. I've got my happy ending. Nice quiet beer in a nice quiet town.
Yes, he's finally arrived. I'm Keith Purvis. Let me and Big Rodney make the earth move for you. Hi, I'm Keith Purvis of Purvis Earth Moving, and Big Rodney is coming. And pretty soon
What
you'll
is
see
that commercial all
what he
about?
God only knows. Another Don Sparrow special.
Thanks.
In my opinion, Gary Cooper would make a terrific Starvation O'Flynn. Yeah, unfortunately, he's dead. Bit of a problem.
Why would anybody want to make a movie about Starvation O'Flynn?
Because it's a damn good story.
Rubbish.
It is.
I mean, in my opinion, Burt Lancaster would make a very good Starvation O'Flynn.
He used to be an acrobat.
We did Starvation O'Flynn.
Burt Lancaster.
Unfortunately, he's dead.
They will not make it.
I'll make it all right. Apparently they're talking about Sylvester Stallone.
Hayley, please, can I get a beer? Chris, will you sell me a
Rich,
beer?
look, I'd like you to meet Jake and Rip Vaughan, the producers of the Starvation O'Flynn movie. Meet the coppers of Mount Thomas.
How do you do? Tom Croydon, PJ Hasher, the rest of you can introduce yourself.
Hello.
Hey, boys, two of the coldest.
Thank you very much, and keep the change.
Really?
Yeah, it's for you.
So, you're the blokes creating all the excitement around town.
Oh, I like to think it's the story of O'Flynn that's responsible for any excitement. Really is a great yarn. I can't believe I'm in the hotel he laid siege to. It's fantastic.
Yeah, what's fantastic is his pub is fully booked for 7 weeks.
One of the many benefits a project like ours can bring to a small town. I don't mean to be rude. Chris, can you show me your parlour again?
Sure.
And excuse me, too. Hi, Rip Vaughan. How are you?
Hi.
I noticed over there's something about you. I think it's your eyes. They're quite remarkable. Have you ever acted before?
Oh, only in court.
No, I haven't.
Stallone. They're talking about some bloke called Steve McQueen.
Well, now Steve McQueen would make a fantastic Starvation O'Flynn, wouldn't he, Murph? But unfortunately,
He's
Will
dead.
somebody please sell me a beer?
Good morning, Detective. Still in a grump, are we?
All I wanted was a drink and some intelligent conversation.
Oh, please.
Oh, get out of it. All they could talk about was that dippy film.
No, they didn't at all.
Hang on, there is something about you, Doyle.
Oh, what?
You have the most remarkable eyes.
I see. You know, jealousy in grown men is quite pathetic.
Oh, yeah?
What's that?
It couldn't be a bulldozer, could it?
The noise?
Hi, I'm Keith Purvis. Let me move the earth for you.
Keith, you feeling okay?
Big Rodney has arrived, all ready for my new commercial, shooting tomorrow. My director, the auteur, is inside, asking for details.
That traffic permit is a matter of some importance.
Is it, mate? Is it?
Ah, here's a real filmmaker, mate. I saw your stars outside. Stunning.
Yeah, mate, why do you always use Walsing and Tilda in your commercials? Can't you afford the copy?
I've never had a complaint from a client.
Well, you're going to dip out with your traffic permit, because I don't want to give it to you.
But the bulldozer, going to the streets, gives it more action.
Sounds like a cock and bulldozer story to me,
Plenty of
mate.
action when they make that movie around here. Like men under 30 who are only half ugly and can string more than 2 words together.
Come on.
Come on, perfect example.
Get stuffed.
Get stuffed. You're just digging a hole for yourself, baby, you know that.
Kinley, don't expect that film to be made. Not with those two sleazers making it.
Oh, well, it takes one to know one.
Doyle, you may have remarkable eyes, but my detective antennae are bristling.
Detective antennae.
Highest level of a copper's instinct.
PJ, Mrs. Burrell from Landing Homestead just reported 2 antique candlesticks missing. Noticed them gone after a visit from these film people.
Ah, Rip Jake Vaughan, eh?
Yeah, you want to check it out?
No, not yet, but I'll keep an eye on it.
Well, I'll go out there for you if you like, boss.
Good on you, McKinley, but don't put yourself out. Mrs. Burrell's coming in to make a statement. You can take it when she gets here.
Hey, Max. You know, I really hope they base that film on the Mary Moynihan diaries. It should be so romantic. Who's Mary Moynihan? She's a property owner's daughter. She was the